This week in movies, we're getting a behind-the-scenes look at one of the music industry's all-time superstars as she battles a life-changing neurological disorder. Take a look at I Am Celine Dion.
It's not hard to do a show, you know. It's hard to cancel a show. I'm working hard every day, but I have to admit, it's been a struggle. I miss it so much. The people, I miss them. If I can't run, I'll walk. If I can't walk, I'll crawl.
In this new film, Celine opens up on what life has been like since going public with her diagnosis of stiff person syndrome. Joining us with his thoughts on this and the other movies out this week is our film critic, Rad. Rad, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, I need a tissue.
already. They had tissues waiting for us when we came out of the theater.
We collectively love her as a country and as a world. I think she is just such an icon, and I think I speak for everybody saying that. The documentary called I Am Celine Dion, it's described as a love letter to her fans, which gives them this really honest and open look at what she's been going through. So what did you think? You went to the premiere in Toronto. What did you walk away with?
I mean, look, I was surprisingly moved. And I say surprisingly because, you know, I'm a hater.
You come by it honestly.
but it's like, you know, like I was like, oh, another authorized celebrity doc that's going to be reverential and sentimental. And that it wasn't that, you know, it's like, you know, we know that we could watch Celine Dion sing forever, right? Or listen to her sing forever. What I didn't know is I could watch her sort through her closet forever, okay? Because she's, and she does that. She has a big closet. And it's because she's such a funny, outrageous, silly, animated, lively personality and that really comes across in this documentary. And you need that because it is difficult material, right? You're already teary-eyed. Just look at it. Like, you know, it's difficult material because it's like, yes, of course she's talking about, you know, like what she's told people about in interviews, dealing with this thing called stiff person syndrome, this 1 in a million condition that she has that seizes up her voice when she's performing. She's been dealing with that for like the past couple decades, and it got so violent where she gets these violent seizures that will crack a rib. Right? And we see that. We see one of those seizures in this movie. It is one of the most excruciating scenes you'll witness. And again, like, I'm surprised that they included that scene in this movie. And that's part of the mystique of this movie, right? Because it's like, this is a movie where Celine Dion is in control, total control. It is absolutely an authorized biography, right? Like, she's absolutely, you know, controlling the narrative. She's the only one doing the talking. She's like, no talking heads. I'm the voice here. And so that means, as an authorized biography, we're not getting into other questions. We're not going to get into like kind of her relationships and the things that she doesn't want to talk about. She's only talking about this, about how this condition has taken her out, about how she's fighting it, and you know, and she gives us this really unadorned look at her life, and it's moving, and it actually works because she's giving us a lot.
That's a really interesting comment, that she could have sugar-coated it. She could have glazed over the hard parts and said, this is just the outlook. Look, I'm moving now. Look, I'm going out to things. But I feel like she's giving us, hey, the real take of it.
Yeah. And what's amazing, again, is that she keeps her humor throughout it all. And I mean, so that's what's so inspiring about this, right? I mean, the title is I Am Celine Dion. She's like, well, I'm going to be me despite this.
So who is this one for?
I mean, look, this is for people, if you like the movie Val, which is a similar, like, kind of documentary about Val Kilmer going through what he's going through, you know, you'll like this. And also, like, Celine Dion's our Rocky. She's running up those stairs, and we're running up alongside of her. So if you like that kind of movie, this is our Rocky.
That is not the pairing I would have expected, but I'm here for that. Thank you for the smile. I needed that. Also out today, crime drama, The Bike Riders, with a cast of Hollywood A-listers and rising stars. What's this one about?
Yeah, okay, so this is a movie about the origin story of the Outlaws, you know, the bike rider gang. And, you know, I think most audiences, they're gonna enjoy the Hells Angels out of this movie because it's a very kind of elegant, fussed over crime drama, but elegant and fussed over to a point that, you know, it kind of took me out, because this is a movie that is inspired by a book called The Bike Riders. Danny Lyon actually embedded himself with this group. They interviewed them, got a lot of like iconic photography out of it. This movie feels kind of like so enamored by that, so enthralled to those to the photography and the mythology that it weaved, that it feels limited. It feels limited to their worldview. It feels like it's romanticizing their story. I mean, it's a fascinating history here, but I feel like he never really looks at it, gives these guys a critical look and gets outside of them. You have, of course, you mentioned this cast, right? You know, you have a magnetic class here with like Jodie Comer beating heart of this movie, Tom Hardy, another funny accent, Austin Butler getting rid of his Elvis accent. They're all very magnetic characters, but I feel like the romanticism here does not give us like, you know, it doesn't break free from the mythologizing and all that stuff, especially with Austin Butler character, because he's basically playing like a Spirit of the West character, like very kind of cipher that just is mythologized, and you know, that's for us to hang on to someone like that, it's really difficult. You're only engaging with the story in the most superficial terms.
Right. So who's this one for?
This is for people, I mean, if you love movies like Donnie Brasco or American Gangster, which I know a lot of people do, like entertainment, you know, examples of their genre, but not all-timers, right?
Right.
So
okay,
this
well,
is one of them.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.